Hey you, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. We got goals around here, so help me complete them. So today I come to you bearing a wonderful gift and a thought process that is gonna birth a couple videos. This is gonna be one of them. A bit of a precursor to my thought processes on shonen, and this particular shonen is wonderful, and it just finished its season 2. It was a little bit corny, but it was a wonderful time, and I enjoyed the gems that it decided to share with us. So I'm gonna put all the information on the screen. Windbreaker is an interesting anime because it is cheesy, a little bit corny, incredibly violent, but it's also genuinely sincere. This anime about a band of delinquents who are in a group that protect their town, and they get into fights, they help each other. This is a boyhood delinquent shonen through and through that takes inspiration from its predecessors, while also being a moment in time with episodes talking about people's journey and even addressing the LGBTQ so sincerely in an episode that it dropped my jaw with the way it was so mature handling such a sensitive topic while being wrapped in the lenses of grief and coming out as their authentic self. Windbreaker is shonen incarnate. This is the next anime holding the baton for boys to watch, boys and all sorts of other groups of people to watch and feel something. This is an anime that is trying to get a message very clearly across about pathways, genuine acceptance of self and the circumstances, and being past some of these things and moving on, being yourself, and getting towards those decisions that come when you get older. Windbreaker is sincere with its main character, Sakura, who is a loner with a checkered past that we don't know very much so of, but we get little instances and even visualizations of the genuine emotions that he feels. And it's pretty intricate and interesting how they go to showcase the war inside of Sakura as a person.
何がすげえんだよ。俺一人で十分だって大口叩いたくせに大したこともできなくてごちゃごちゃ考えた挙句雑魚に苦戦してしまいには2年の
I felt something. I felt as though I was someone being seen. I grew up during a time where it was a little bit harder, a little bit difficult. I was definitely a softer kid. I just wanted to run around and do stupid things, but like there was a certain neighborhood that I lived in was not the easiest, and I definitely got into trouble, fell into the wrong crowd, and made the worst decisions. Within Windbreaker, this anime is expressing the better way, even though it doesn't really diagram a way. It's talking about facing your feelings. It's talking about being yourself. It's talking about friendship. And that could be so incredibly corny. Do not get me wrong. This anime can be so corny. But it's also really cool with a lot of the violence. Like some of the sakuga, some of the ways that our characters punch the hell out of others or kicks. It is so incredibly satisfying. Like the way they get their hands off in this anime is not to be understated. But then there's the introduction of characters, there's the plot foils, there is so much here that is compounding to a story that's trying to lead people into being better. The ethos of this anime is the choices we make along the way and moving forward into society. That's kind of what I've always enjoyed about delinquent animes and manga. There is a resounding soul that's trying to be good, except for the ones that are like just demonic and going crazy, which there is a time and place for those stories, which are very clearly warnings of, hey, this is not who you should be. This is just merely exaggerated entertainment. With that being said, Windbreaker was astonishing this season. Extremely corny when it started to get really, really emotional, but then it would pull itself back and really hone in on what it meant to be a shonen and what that means for the next generation to watch shows about people that are in their same age range or a little bit older moving forward. That's what this anime was really proudly showcasing, that it is a part of a long line of stories that helped motivate people, change people, shift people's opinion. And I think we need more media that is this thoughtful in trying to shift people's thought processes and ideas. Windbreaker was sometimes very heavy with their messaging, but I think nowadays you got to slap people over the head and be very clear about what is important and what isn't. And also entertaining. This anime was entertaining. It was very fun. It was violent. It was emotional. And it was also very evocative of deep set emotions and traumas that is throughout most of the characters, the villains, and we are introduced to antagonists. We're introduced to people who made choices out of fear or for respect, and we're saving our friends. We're being there for our people. It's a lot of different things jam-packed into an anime that's just trying to tell you to take a better path and to not be afraid to run towards the good things in life, which is community, love, self-actualization. A lot of it is there, and I felt seen in my older age just watching this, because I remember watching anime that really spoke about these themes, and it made me wonder about my own personal life and my own choices while I was growing up. And I am still growing up, but there was just a sincerity that I enjoyed, and I rate this a definite 4 out of 5. So yeah, you should check out Windbreaker if you haven't already. I think it is a cheesy good ride with a lot of great sakuga, and it's definitely worth your time, especially if you just want to feel good and maybe cry a little. Anyway, peace. Thank you so much for watching. How do you feel about Windbreaker? Do you think the future of shonen is in a good place, or are we cooked? Well, find out in the next episode of We're Gonna Figure This Out. Anyway, see you.